got some questions some of our audience has sent through, so we're going to be answering some Q&As, anything about their business. So as I'm burning my mouth, I'll be answering some questions. So I'm going to do my best. My neck, my throat. Don't even talk to me for a minute. Put on the camera, Phil. You can take this mic. So bring on the first question.
Are you excited, Mindy?
No, I'm actually not. I'm actually dreading it. This is one of those things when you ask yourself, what did I get myself into?
What are you praying for?
I'm praying to the chili god. There must be a chili god out there. Wait, by the way, this isn't sponsored by Nando's. We just got the wings from Nando's. But Nando's, on the other hand, if you do want to sponsor us, these look nice. So now is the time that we've all been not waiting for. Got chicken wings from Nando's, got some milk lined up, got some water, and also I have some yogurt. I'm not going to actually open that yogurt unless I really need it, right? And listen, I'm not sure why I've got this lemon thing, right? I just saw Gordon Ramsay do it on one of these challenges, right? Again, that's like an emergency supply. This is only going to get opened when the heat gets too much, right? So that's an emergency supply. And one more thing, I'm not meant to be swearing. Every time I drop an F-bomb or a curse word, I'm gonna have to put £5 in a charity pot, in a swear box that's gonna go to a charity. So what we're gonna do is actually, I'm gonna start off with just some regular sriracha sauce. It says hot chili sauce, but I don't really think it's that hot because I've had it before. And what's this on there? Pure bred idiot. And I ain't an idiot, but I might be stupid. Is there a difference between an idiot and stupid? Let me know in the comments below. I think we should try our first thing. And we've got some questions as well that I'm gonna be answering as some of our audience has sent through. So we're gonna be answering some Q&As, anything about their business. So as I'm burning my mouth, I'll be answering some questions. So I'm gonna do my best to be on my best behavior. So bring on the first question.
If you had to rebuild your business from scratch and you only had 30 days, what would you do first?
It's a great question. I'd find someone that needs my help, and I'd find as many people as I can as possible, and I'd go call them face-to-face meetings, and I would go relentless. I'd make 20-30 meetings a day, endless meetings. So let's try this first one, right?
How can I raise my vibration out of this deeply embedded money worry?
Firstly, we've got a choice whether we worry or not. You're probably focused on your unwanted situation, right? Your current circumstances. And that's actually quite spicy. Surprised me. So, I swear, it's £5 gone. Ah, got me. I would not. That's gonna get really hot. I would not worry about your money. Firstly, I'd identify what it is that you want, and I'd focus most of my attention on what I do want, not on what I don't want. I remember when I was in debt, you know, I could have chosen to focus on the £65,000 worth of debt, but I chose to really focus on what I wanted. But luckily for me, because I was already kind of into like Bob Proctor and stuff, and that's one of the things that he said, and it's hard sometimes for someone to ignore what's going on around them. You shouldn't ignore what's going on around you, you should be aware of it, but you should be focused on what you do want. So I hope that answers your question. I swore once, that's £5 gone.
What one word or sentence do you say to yourself most often to change your mood?
So one thing I used to say to myself back in the day was don't quit, you're not a quitter. So I used to tell myself I'm not a quitter, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. The opposite of a quitter is a winner. So I told myself, I framed myself as a winner.
How do you mentally reset when a high-paying deal falls through?
Before I answer that question, I think I'm gonna spin that wheel and get some proper hot sauce. Okay, let's go. Blue bad boy. So what's this sauce say? Hot sauce, number 4, roulette. I couldn't even read how hot this is. Extremely hot. Damn, here goes. Okay, how much should I put in there? Better not get any. I was trying to get some of them gloves, but there was no gloves. Apparently Dan said there was none at the supermarket, but I don't really believe what Dan says. But
I've got proof.
you got proof? I'd like to see that because
I might need some of these. Why have I got the loudest quality? Nice. Oh, sorry, do you sell, you know, those thin latex gloves? You don't sell them? Okay, no worries. Alright, thank you. No little gloves, so you're going to have to be careful with your eyes.
How do you mentally reset when a high-paying deal falls through?
I don't think you reset. I think you've got to be stronger at the beginning and have faith in yourself and not worry if the deal it's actually kind of nice. How you actually reset So I think before the call, it's really important as well not to really like think about the sale. You should be thinking about serving the person, right? Because when you're thinking about the sale, you're thinking about the money. So in any sales environment that you go to, don't focus on the money beforehand that, it's going to make me this much. Purely put your intent on serving that person.
How do I get into the feeling of already having my desires?
First, you need to understand what that feeling is, like already having your desire. You need to like really paint an image in your mind. I'd write it out. Like, how would you feel if you were already at your goal? That should give you clarity on how you should be feeling. So let's just say I'm eating some hot wings here, right? Now, how would I feel if I just ate the hottest sauce ever? What would I be going through, my emotions? How would I be feeling? Would I be like, my mouth would be burning? It's actually starting to burn now. You've got to put some time into creating that feeling. Sometimes people just want to rush through it. Get yourself a notepad and pen and just think about it, right? Clear your mind and say, what would I be feeling like if I'd already achieved my goal?
Right, now some questions about you, Mindy.
Okay, just spin the wheel.
If you find out you've got 24 hours to live, how do you spend it?
Eat some freaking chicken wings. If I found out I had 24 hours to live, what would I do? I would firstly tell everybody that's really important to me how much I love them. Second thing I'd do, and ask myself, like, what can I do in the next 24 hours that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, right? If I knew that I only had 24 hours and I couldn't extend that, I would spend some time and really evaluating my life and some of the lessons that I learned. I'd spend literally 30 minutes on that, but the rest of the time I'd spend with my loved ones. I'd get them all around if I could, and I would go find the nearest Nando's.
Have you ever stalked a competitor?
You know what? When in the early days when I first started out my coaching, I'd be very curious on what other people are doing. But no, I never stalked anybody. Like, stalking's like when you're up by their kitchen window looking in.
How do you handle spicy situations with customers or employees?
Spicy, am I sweating? No, not yet, I'm still good. I need a bit more context to that, but I'm guessing like you find out someone's been stealing from you, not doing the work. I would confront them, talk to them about what's going on. A lot of time people, what they do is they avoid these situations, they brush it under the carpet and it doesn't go away, it just gets bigger. So I'd actually confront the person or the situation and call them out.
What's the biggest mindset shift that's changed everything for you?
When I first got into like my coaching in the early days, I was working with this lady, amazing lady, good friend of mine now, and I was complaining lots about something that's going on. I think she got pissed off with me, right? This is like really in the early days, right? She goes, like, you're supposed to be a mindset coach and your mindset's the most up mindset out there. And I'm like, that was a truth bomb for me, that really hurt. That was a wake up call. And I heard this expression once, like, mindset coaches have the biggest up mindsets. I'm not sure, did I swear again?
What's the best investment you've ever made in yourself or your business?
The best investment I've ever made. Number 3, right? This isn't even that hot. One of them was kind of spicy, but right now, I ain't too impressed. The best investment I made in myself, what was it? When I began working with Bob, is that a swear word? No, not really. The best investment I made on myself was like when I was really in crazy amounts of debt. It was scary at the time, don't get me wrong. You're in £65,000 worth of debt across multiple cards and you've been asked to fork out probably about the same amount of investment again, right? So I had to borrow the money. I think that was the best investment I made because that kind of led me on to where I am today, and then that investment paid off for itself, multiplied.
What is one business mistake that you're glad you made?
Well, there's been so many. A lot of it's got to be around marketing, putting a load of freaking money in marketing, thinking that's going to solve my problem without working myself first, without even understanding what I was doing. What are the mistakes? Like working with the wrong people. Yeah. Not letting go of employees like soon enough. Hire and fire fast. Before I'd hold on to people that weren't serving my I was gonna say my tongue well. That sounds a bit naughty, doesn't it?
What do people assume about you that's completely wrong?
That I'm tall, that I'm made success overnight, that I'm lucky, which I'm not.
What is a red flag that you see in clients that tells you they're just not ready?
I need more time to think about it, even though they've been thinking about it for last year. I'll get back to you. I need to speak to my partner. I need to read the agreement over and over again. In fact, I had that recently. Lady needed our help. We offered to help her. There were so many stalling points. She couldn't make up a decision that she would really want to. She wanted to. I could see that she wanted it. She just couldn't commit. It's like one thing after another. Then she goes, I can't read your contract in time. There was question after question, about 14 questions that we had. And she said, we can't sign your agreement before the deadline. So I was, you know what, that's a red flag. So many red flags. So I thought, you know what, it's not happening.
What's the biggest challenge you face as a business owner?
Wow, that's actually coming to the top now. I've got the question. The biggest challenge I face as a business owner, there are so many challenges, there's never one challenge. And listen, one thing that people don't realise, I put too much on. One thing that people don't realize is that there's challenges. Challenges never go away. You could have a challenge when you're first starting out. You're gonna have a challenge when you made your first 100K. You're gonna have a challenge when you made your first million. You're gonna carry on having challenges. So don't ever think that challenges are gonna go away, because they're really not. That they're always gonna be there.
What's a savage moment that you don't even regret a little?
Savage moment. Savage is a good word. When I looked at my debt and I said to myself, you know what? I can either stay here or I can find the money to invest in myself. And that was savage for me, right? Because I did something that's illogical, something that most people wouldn't do. I can put a bit more than this, because actually, like...
What's the biggest transformation you've ever seen in one of your clients?
Oh, there's not one biggest transformation. There's so many transformations. And just when you feel like you've seen some amazing transformations, along comes some more. So I've seen people go from like earning £800 a month to doing 100 grand in 8 weeks. I've seen people like do 3 million in 11 months. One of our clients, Sky, within 11 months with us, she like made £3 million in cash, assets and stuff within 11 months. That's illogical, right? This is someone who couldn't even afford to like rent somewhere. She wouldn't even get somewhere to rent. So she smashed it. We've got so many people like that we've helped.
If you were a hot sauce, what would it be called?
Hot as Let's all again.
Do you think we'd be able to survive your hot sauce?
My hot sauce would be like the atomic bomb. Once it's launched, once it's open, ain't no one coming back from that. You know, during the pandemic, everybody ran out of toilet roll. With my hot sauce, there would be no more toilet roll ever again.
What's the behind the scenes thing about your business that most people wouldn't even believe?
I had a beer this morning at 9 o'clock as soon as I rolled into the office. Is that true, Dan?
No, it's so true.
9 o'clock, man. I don't normally do that. I thought, you know, I'm gonna have the boss. Ouch. You know what? At the beginning, I thought I was the king of the wings, right? But now, like, it's actually starting to kick in. I don't know if the water's gonna make it bad. Tongue's actually burning now.
What's your most unpopular opinion in the coaching world?
My most unpopular... What was it again? You know what? That anybody can make money. It's easy and you can do it overnight. I really believe in the coaching world. It's probably one of the hardest industries to crack. Right, it really is. Like this bottle's the hardest bottle to open. Ouch, my tongue is burning. You can make a quick buck, but you know what? To be real successful at coaching, it's something that, you know, I haven't got here overnight. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. Comes to £25 so far. Is a swear word? Let me know in the comments, right? Is a swear word? Because I might save myself a few pounds there, because I said a few times.
What's the proudest moment in your business so far?
There are so many. I can't define one. Getting my dad his new car was like recently, a couple of weeks ago. That was really proud moment. There's so many proud moments.
If your younger self could see you right now, what would they say?
Give us a chicken wing. So what's the question again? What? He would say, you know what? You say, I'm so freaking proud of you. I always knew you could do it, but I never believed it, right? Because I never thought that I'd get to where I am today. And I know the younger version of myself would be super proud of me. My dream was to have one Porsche. I've got 2 Porsches, got a Lambo, got some other cars. I think the younger would be totally like proud of me.
Any spicy advice for aspiring business owners?
Don't be afraid of heat, you know? You've got to get into a hot environment. Sometimes things around you are going to heat up and you may want to escape, like get out of the kitchen when the heat's turned up. You know, you've got to keep on going and you've got to be bigger. You've got to be limitless. Never give up.
If Tony Robbins walked in right now and challenged you to a wing off, would you win?
Yeah, 100%. All right, so what we got here, number 8. This looks hot. This is like orange. I think orange stands for heat. I'm actually feeling the heat now.
We're going to do some would you rather questions. Would you rather burn your tongue with the hottest chili sauce in the world or lower your rates by 50%?
I'd bring the hottest sauce in. And I'd say, like, I'm gonna do the hottest sauce, I'm gonna raise my prices.
Would you rather go viral for something so embarrassing or not be seen at all?
Listen. Let's put some in there. Sorry. What was the question again? Would I buy some hot sauce? Sorry, honestly, it went over my head. I'd go viral for anything. I'd get attention, right? Can also get some good PR, right? To like sort shit out for you, right? That's what people do, right? Wouldn't make a sex tape though.
Would you rather coach someone who pays well but annoys you, or someone inspiring but broke?
Are my lips still there? I would never coach anybody that annoys me, right? But I've had people that I fire the out of them. Swore again.
Would you rather be underestimated forever or overhyped but secretly panicking?
I'd never want to be overhyped. I don't really care what people think about me, to be honest with you. Hype's not important to me. It's ultimately what I think about me is important to me, and like so it should be for you. Like what's the saying again? But yeah, what's important to you, that should be the most important thing.
Would you rather always have to tell the truth or always have to lie?
Always be honest, always be transparent. What am I doing? About to put some more in there, really burning me up.
Would you rather never be able to speak again or have to say everything that's on your mind?
I'll say, I'm a person who always speaks what's on my mind. Even my tongue's burning.
Would you rather use sandpaper as toilet paper or use hot sauce as eye drops?
That's fun, isn't it? It's 4 again, but you didn't hear it, so don't count. Why not both together, right? Months ago, all out, go back to bed. A pink looks deadly. Number 7.
Would you rather have a time machine or a teleporter to go to the future?
Teleport myself out of this freaking situation right now. Yeah, teleport myself into the future, right? The past is the past. Why do I want to go back into the past for? I can feel my gums burning up.
Alright, we're gonna do some this or that questions.
Oh, you know what? That's how I do shit. Don't mess about, right? Listen, this is a f***ing hot sauce. Again. This is a hot sauce, right?
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
We're definitely early.
Business suit or joggers and trainers?
Oh, you know, come on, it's a silly question. Come on, how do I normally roll up? Not joggers. I like jeans. I always like to have jeans, t-shirts and hoodies and like that sort of stuff.
Be on stage or on a webinar?
Definitely stage. Come on, I love the stage. And in fact, we're talking about bringing back live events. I wanted to do another live event. Ouch, it burns your skin.
Mindset coaching or strategy coaching?
You know what? They're both as important as each other in the right context. So I'd say, like, you know, you got to have the mindset right. The strategy would only work if the mindset's right. Content
creation or networking?
I think in the old days, it would be like networking. Business was based upon networking. It depends if you mean in-person networking. Content creation is also important as well, because you can create more content and reach a wider audience. Now, when you're networking, you can only network at smaller levels, or maybe I'm wrong, let me know in the comments.
Mindset or money?
You can't have the money without the mindset.
Coaching beginners or coaching seasoned pros?
There's good and bad in both, because sometimes you can coach a beginner who's got a really bad mindset, who doesn't listen, who's not coachable. Well, then you can, then you can coach a seasoned pro who's got such an ego, doesn't want to listen. I hope that answers your question.
Hot leads or warm referrals?
They're both equally as good, because you can have a warm referral, doesn't mean they're going to buy. You can have a hot lead, doesn't mean they're going to buy, all right? 5
high ticket clients or 50 low ticket clients?
5 high ticket, right? Work less and earn more. Ooh, do that again. Ooh, this one here, number 9. Does that mean it's hotter or what? Yeah, I'd rather have the high ticket. Always increase your prices, always charge more.
High maintenance client or high drama team?
I feel blisters on my top lip. I need some milk. Yeah, high motivators, what? My senses are all gone. My nose is burning on the inside. I actually feel like the sauce is actually coming down my nose. I think I must have like dabbed my nose with that. It's another swear word. Question again, please. I'd have a high drama team because I'll get rid. No, you can get rid of both. So I'm not even sure what question means. I'd have none of them. Ouch! Got up my nose. It's a dumb move.
Tongue on fire or brain on fire?
It's not actually a question. Or nose on fire. Ouch! My nose, man. My nostrils are burning. I think I've got chili bite, not frostbite. Depends what sort of brain on fire it is. If it's with problems, then tongue on fire. If it's good, then brain on fire.
Chasing clients or playing hard to get?
Playing hard to get. I mean, why would someone want to play hard to get? Why would someone chase clients? I wouldn't want to do the chasing, I want to do the attracting.
Big pitch energy or quickie sale?
I'd want to make the sell as quick as possible. I don't believe in big pitches.
Clients who cry or clients who ghost?
As long as they're paid, you don't really matter, does it?
Clients who overthink everything or clients who take action with no plan?
Taking action with no plan could be idiotic as well. It doesn't mean you're taking action, you could be taking the wrong type of action. Those who don't do anything, they ain't gonna get any results anyway, so you gotta have some level of plan that you want to go towards. Now, we're not saying you need to know the whole strategy, but you've got to kind of have something mapped out. Oh, my nose is freaking burning, man. Come on.
Let's get to know Mindy a bit more. What's your favourite season?
Of what, like season like on TV or Christmas season, or what are you on about? Oh, season, I thought you meant like Christmas and stuff. I love the summer and also love the winter. I don't really like autumn because like you slip over leaves and stuff. Swore again, just in case you didn't notice. Frick. Did you get that on the mic? Yeah, have fun editing that, Dan. Feel my mouth burning. My nose is definitely burning. And I can feel it in the back of my head as well.
What's your favourite book or author?
My favourite book, The Power of Awareness. No. Yes. Yeah, The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard. And I'm going to say one of my other favourite books was by Peter Jones. It's called Tycoon. If you haven't read that book, Tycoon, you want to read it. It's one of the first books I started to read. And he talks about how he used to visualise in there. I remember I started to study the law of attraction, and he's talking about he used to sit there in his dad's chair in his office and he used to visualise. And when I saw that he used to visualise, I'm like, I'm into this stuff. I knew it worked, and this just confirms it.
What type of music do you like best?
How are these questions relevant to your freaking business? What's the question again? I can feel that. Right. I like Michael Jackson, I like R&B. I like, what's like Adele and stuff? What do you class her as? She's not rock, is she? Like stuff like Adele, like a bit of Ed Sheeran. She's got a whole top layer of my tongue of fire. You know that bit there behind your lip? Like the bit that goes behind your lip, like that bit there, on fire.
Who was your favourite teacher?
Mr. Mace, Adam Mace. If you're there, he's actually a Facebook friend of mine, and he's one of my, well, he's the best teacher I've ever had in sixth form in John Bunyan Upper School, and he actually sent me a really nice message some time ago when I brought my green Porsche. He sent me a DM on Insta, on Facebook, and he said, do you mind if I share you as a case study one of my assemblies about success? He gets to take a picture of a green car. Well, that's so lovely. In fact, Mr. Mace, if you're about, I would love to invite you in and have you on my podcast, be my first guest on my podcast. I'd love that, Wood. 1 second. Look the other way. That's burning me. That bit is freaking burning me. Not funny, right? Let's go again. What's the question? Which one did that to me? The pink one. And number 7, I remember you. Come back for me, I'm gonna come for you. Oh, I knew that was gonna get that one. Number 12. We're moving up.
What is your first memory?
My first memory is kind of freaking crazy. I remember there's like a blue, it's a bed or a settee. I remember this blue bed sheet. I remember me lying on it, and I woke, I had a bottle of milk in my mouth, and I remember looking around and thinking, where am I? And I always remember that. I haven't actually got a picture of that. Maybe it's a picture that I remembered.
What was your deepest childhood fear?
Ouch. I've never had something so hot before. Don't even talk to me for a minute. The whole side of my throat. Deadly. It's really hot. It's actually like coated down the side of my neck, my throat. Need to try some of this. I don't know what this is going to do. It's actually like, I think my nose is starting to run. I think I've got a tear coming down my eye. It's made it worse. That's fucked. Get kidnapped. I remember watching this film. Oh, my stomach's burning now. And I remember this kid got kidnapped. Oh, his mum was crying, his dad was crying. I was about 4 years old, and I always used to like dread getting kidnapped. I remember back then in the 80s, there was this guy called the Fox. He was on the loose. He escaped prison or something, and I was always scared that he's gonna get me from school. Fox.
What's your worst childhood memory?
One of my worst childhood memories. I'm about to have one of my worst adulthood memories in a minute. It's actually neutralised the taste of the acidic cheese in the sauce. So I'll neutralise it even more, shall I? It's actually helped. Lemon sherbet. That's the question, quick.
Do you have a childhood pet?
Yeah, I had a dog called Oliver. He's like a sheepdog. Two budgies. One's called Rocky and the other's called Rambo.
What's the most amount of money that you've earned in one day?
The amount of money I've earned in one day, about 150k a day I've done. The most in one single day.
We're gonna finish off with some pub quiz questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
What's the capital of Malaysia?
Kuala Lumpur.
In which year did the First World War end?
So I say wing. It's that one. First World War, when it ended, 1919.
What's the largest bird in the world?
The largest bird in the world is an galactic eagle. I just made that up.
It's an ostrich.
It's an ostrich.
Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo?
Is there an animal on the Porsche logo? A rabbit? An animal on a Porsche logo? I've never seen an animal on a Porsche logo.
A horse.
Really? Ouch. It's that same one, isn't it? It's crept up on me.
Who is the American artist known for hits like Man in the Mirror and Thriller?
It's got to be Michael Jackson, of course.
What famous man became president of his country after being in jail for 18 years?
Mandela.
What's the tallest tree type?
A really tall tree.
What is the official currency of India?
Rupee, that's an obvious one, isn't it?
Capital of France?
La Paris. Now it's getting the other side. I have to have surgery. Log it down, your son. Put some like that there. Ugh. It's not too bad actually, you should try it. Let's see. I think it's really all kicking in now. What's the point in look, and it lands on one. Ah, it's all again. Look at the colour of that. Gonna sneeze. No, not. It's so funny. It's all again. Why do I say f when this followed? Said it again. Don't try this at home, by the way. Go on, next question. Bring it.
Which car company produces the Mustang model?
Ford.
What does MPG mean in terms of fuel?
Miles per gallon.
Which Japanese automaker produces the Civic and Accord models?
Honda.
Which car brand is known for Camry and Corolla?
It's an American brand. Camry. Not Corvette. Is it Corvette? No, hang on a minute. Camry. No. I've got to answer this question. Chevrolet.
Wrong.
Wait, it's not Chevrolet. Don't tell me. I know this one. Trans Am.
Wrong.
Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me whatever you done. Corvette.
Wrong.
Tesla. It's not Tesla. American car. Okay, there's another one. GMC.
No one said it's American.
Oh, then it's gonna be Toyota.
Correct.
I thought it was American for something.
Which country is home to Hyundai?
I'd say Japan.
Wrong.
I need to go toilet.
Which car brand is known for its distinctive diamond-shaped logo?
Renault.
Which German car brand's name translates to the people's car?
Volkswagen. Do I still need to do that? Landed on it too, look. I'm a coach, get me out of here. Sore again. Oh man. Okay. I don't think I can finish that off.
What year was the windshield wiper system invented?
Who gives a f?
What do you call a female elephant?
Female elephant? It's an elephant. Ellie bitch. Not now, please. I can't laugh.
The capital of Australia is Sydney.
False.
A group of owls is called a parliament.
False.
Alaska is the largest state in the US.
True.
Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt.
False.
Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity.
Who? Did what, sir? Who? No, he didn't. Oh,
The 4 blood types are A, B, AB and O.
false.
A typical human has 32 teeth.
False. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Counting mine this morning. My throat is burning right down the back.
Would you rather have a Scotch bonnet or drink one of these sauces?
I had Scotch bonnet. I had it in there. Oh, I ain't touching that. Is that real? It. Ah! Ow, that was f***ing hot. Done. Wrap. It's a wrap. Ah, I've got to go. Oh, you can take this mic as well because you ain't gonna listen to what I'm gonna do.